Hello, friends. We're glad to be live with you with some updates. I'm with Christian, and it was a pretty busy day. So up to this point, we didn't know exactly when to schedule the live event, but we're glad we finally managed it. So, Christian, what can you tell us about the last week?
Yes, it was a really busy week. As I have shared in our last broadcast, I was actually in Switzerland. I was there to meet there with potential investors. As I shared then, I will share now briefly again. We have developed quite a few relationships with potential investors, and some with the idea that we'll invest 2 million, some others with 5.2, even with a financial institution from Dubai that wanted to buy a institutional license from us. Unfortunately, these were delayed, and that's the main reason we also had to delay the listing. But we decided to continue to try again the big investments in our ecosystem, but we also have a plan B because it's been too long when almost every week was okay, we will give you money next week, next week, next week. And it was very, very difficult. But then again, we do have some who are very, very close to making a decision and making an investment. But we have plan B also, and we will discuss that shortly. So yes, we do have some pending contracts and some funds that are supposed to come shortly. But again, if they are not coming as promised, then we go to plan B, which is basically going into a private sale and then public sale for multiplier token. We made a decision that when we will have at least $1 million in the bank, then we will be able to announce the listing. And I know I've discussed even today with different friends, other projects who listed tokens with a lot smaller amounts. And yes, it is possible to list with very little resources, hardly at all. But for us, it is important to list it successfully and to bring a lot of users. I think it's not just the cost of listing, but the cost of bringing real users into our ecosystem. And I promised on our last broadcast that I'll share details about the benefits for the wealth investors of the multiplier token and how the dual economy works and how it will be possible to exchange, to swap tokens, wealth in multiplier, and how the ecosystem works. So I think this is important, and you will see in this document why it is important for us to have a successful multiplier listing. Now, if we will list now wealth token and everybody will want to sell, of course, and it's totally understandable, it's been a long time, everybody will sell, and if there are not enough buyers, the wealth price will go down. Now, the benefit of the dual token economy that we came up with is that your price for the wealth, it will not go down. You will be able to exchange the wealth at zero point 0.6, what you see right now. Now, the disadvantage is that you will not be able to sell all of them at once. It will take a while, and it will take a while, of course, depending on the price of multiplier and the volume of multiplier. That will be dependent. But I'd like to go now into a document and to share with you some details about how this swap mechanism will work and what it will happen. So here you will see in this document. I think we need to click. Yeah. So I'll speak a little bit about the dual token economy, about the swap mechanism, the airdrop, the sell pool, and the farming. So basically, wealth benefits, the wealth tokens are used for membership, for governance, and smart farming. Multiplier tokens are used for investments in our ecosystem, where the main thing is for users to be able to invest with variable risk. Now, from the total tokens, multiplier tokens, about 40% are going to be used for actually for the benefit of our wealth investors. So we'll have an airdrop of 5%, swap 15%, and smart farming 20%. And you will see in the next slides the details. Now, first of all, the swap mechanism. So the wealth investors will be able to swap their wealth token for multiplier. We will have a total of 15 million multipliers available for swap in the next 12 months after the listing. So every month, basically, we will have 1.25 million multipliers available. Now, here it is. Here are the possibilities, basically, of what it will happen. So, of course, we don't know exactly the price of the multiplier token, but it will list it at one. And here it shows basically if the price is 1, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Now, if the price would be 20, and we don't know when it will be, but if the price would be 20, basically 500 million wealth tokens will be able to be swapped. Of course, if the price is only one, only 25. If price is five, then 125 million wealth will be swapped. So that's why we are interested to have at least 1 million for marketing, listing, for bringing more users, because then we will have a really good chance for the multiplier price to go up, and for a lot of the wealth tokens to be able to be swapped with multiplier. So this is the first thing. The second thing, we will do an airdrop. The airdrop is 5% of the multiplier token. So that's basically 5 million multiplier. Now, of course, again, depending on the price of the multiplier, you will see the value in dollars of how much you can get when you sell your multiplier token. So if the price will be at $2 already, people will be able to see actually 10 million in total value, which is more than it was invested by the.
Yeah, so basically, people should not look only in the beginning how much they received, because that's just the starting point of the multiplier token. So down the road, have a perspective that this amount is growing.
Yes, of course. So yes, the airdrop will have also some vesting. Not all will be available at once, because we don't want the price of the multiplier to go down fast. But that is in the benefit of everybody, even though the negative part is that you cannot get all those funds at once. The positive side is that it has a good chance to grow, and for more value, for each investor to have more value in their wallet available. So, but with every time when the release is done for the airdrop, then you'll be able to exchange them immediately in US dollars. So this is the airdrop. Now, the sell pool, after we basically list multiplier token, we are not going to sell any more wealth directly. It will be sold through the sell pool. So, and all those new users who come into our ecosystem, they will have to have wealth as a membership. And so somewhere the average cost will be around 350. There will be memberships a bit lower than 350, and then a lot higher. The memberships will be depending on how much money they want to invest with variable risk. You want to invest more, you need to have more wealth tokens into your membership. So of course, here are some numbers. If we'll have 100,000, 500,000, a million members, and again, even through the membership, the wealth tokens will be sold, and those funds will go directly to the people who want to sell their wealth tokens. Now, we are developing a mechanism of smart farming. And here, thank you, Bogdan. You had a good contribution here in developing the idea. And in the smart farming mechanism, we will basically have three tokens. We are giving the multiplier token as a sort of a return on the investment. It will be almost like an interest. It's not really interest, but will give probably in USDC or USDT about 20, maybe 30% a year, which will be very, very attractive. It is not your regular farming. The risk that is right now in the regular farming is that you put your money into a certain token, and let's say that they give you 30% or 40% a year, right? But if the price of the token goes down, you can lose money.
Yeah.
In dollars, actually, you lose money if the price of the token goes down. Now, what we came up with is smart farming, where all the price oracles are calculated in dollars. So we will have also the regular type of farming where people, if they want to choose the risk, because the price of the token might go up,
Yeah.
and then you make a lot more. But if the price of the token goes down, then you can lose money. So the smart farming that we will have is basically all the oracles, all the prices are calculated in dollars. And then if we give 20, 30%, regardless of the price of the token, you have the return in that 20 or 30%, you will have it in dollars. So what we will have is we will have the users who want to benefit from the smart farming, they will have to deposit two tokens, wealth plus another token, a third token that we will announce. So and they will benefit, they will farm multiplier. So they will get multiplier that 20 to 30% a year. Now, there will be no locking necessarily. The payouts for the return will be on the weekly basis. And we'll have several types of farming here, some probably with two tokens, some with three. But basically, the funds that we will get when people will buy wealth and the third token, probably 80% of those funds will go back to the wealth investors for buying, basically, for buying back.
Exactly, and all these mechanisms that Christian just mentioned, the smart farming, the swap mechanism, the levels for investors to participate with the money back guarantee, all are mechanisms that are not making necessarily wealth ecosystem more complicated, but it's assuring that wealthy tokens is at a great value on the market, and people down the road in years to come looking in the wealth ecosystem will say, well, I need wealthy, I need to buy it. So they will go to the selling pool to get it.
Yes. So now here, if we put the totals, I'm sorry, those numbers, I don't know what happened. They moved. But basically, here are the totals of the what I showed you. So basically, when the price of the multiplier will be somewhere between around $10, should be no more wealth tokens will be basically for sale. Now that can happen sooner. It depends on different things that could happen, that could accelerate the swap or other mechanisms. But that's basically the information that I wanted to share with you in terms of the multiplier token, its price, and the relationship with swapping and the mechanisms for the wealth investors to be able to sell their wealth, and benefit. Now, of course, our main trust, our main interest is to finalize the risk mitigation module for people to be able to invest with variable risk. That is the core thing. And we started discussion with some very significant investors for our treasury. So in the treasury, we are discussing now with some significant players who can come, of course, with equity into the treasury, in our own treasury, because the treasury will be the mechanism that guarantees basically the risk, those who want the money back guarantee. And there can be very significant advantages for those who are interested in the treasury. Now, as I said in the beginning, our plan is in the next few days to announce, to give you the details on the private sale. We are working right now on the light paper on the website to finalize. Bogdan was working in the background really hard. Thank you, Bogdan. And so we will announce, we'll give you the details, because as I said, that is our sort of plan B if the funds, the more significant funds are not coming, or they are still delayed. We want to go to plan B, where we will raise fairly quickly, I believe at least 1 million, to be able to announce then the date for the listing, so that people can start to sell their wealth tokens.
Yes, and we'll go simultaneously with these big players and the contract that Christian is making, and needs to have some follow up on it. In the same time, we'll prepare the public sale for everybody, and we'll give you all the documentations even before it reaches the website. You'll have it in the Telegram group. And then obviously everything will be public on the website. I'm still working on it, and we need to finalize some details, and then everything will be there for you to see and learn.
So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for your support. And yes, we are working very, very hard to make the platform successful. And again, I appreciate, and will come back soon with more details.
Yes, I want to thank you for those that reached out even to me personally or to Christian to offer your help. It really meant a lot, and we appreciate you for that. And yeah, down the road, everything will be awesome for all of us.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
I appreciate it. Bye.